Hey everybody, welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Bandai Dragon Ball Z Dragon Stars series action figure, and this is Cooler Final Form. Gotta be completely honest, I am not familiar with Dragon Ball. Me and my kids actually started watching Dragon Ball not too long ago. We're only on the 5th or 6th episode of the very first Dragon Ball series. And man, gotta be completely honest, we are hooked. We love it so far. Can't wait to get through all the episodes, actually get up to Dragon Ball Z. And I'm finally understanding everybody's appeal to these characters. I always thought they were awesome looking figures and awesome looking characters. So this is actually one of my buddies from work. He asked me if I had any Dragon Ball figures and if I had any interest in doing some reviews. I'm actually pretty excited to take these out and get a closer look and see what they're all about. This one is actually a custom. He changed up the color of the paint on this one, and he actually added a few markings on it and make it look closer to how he actually appears in the animated series. So let's get a closer look at this packaging. Not much going on the side here. Nice picture of Cooler on the side. Dragon Stars series on the top here. Dragon Ball Super on the bottom. And on the back here we have some other figures in the wave. So this is actually Series 16 and Series 15. We have Super Saiyan Gogeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Ultra Instinct Goku. And in Series 16 we have Cooler Final Form, Bardock, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Very excited to get this one out and take a closer look. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Alright, we are back and we have Cooler outside of the package. Gotta say, man, this guy looks fantastic. It's a pretty decent sized figure as well. I didn't realize these were such big figures. Like I previously mentioned, this one is a custom. I definitely understand why Brandon did a custom on this one. This is what the stock figure actually looks like. And this is what he looks like in the actual series. And I gotta say, man, I think Brandon did an awesome job. You can see that it's a lighter color purple. Definitely is not the same color that he is in the animated series. I think this purple is much more accurate. I love all the panel lining that he did as well, and all the little markings make this guy more accurate. Definitely an improvement. The only accessories that this guy comes with is a extra set of open hands. And Brandon actually even went through and painted extra hands as well. Alright, let's get a closer look. I gotta say, man, Brandon did an awesome job. Look at all the detail. This custom figure looks a million times better than the original. We can see all the cool details in his face. If my buddy didn't do a custom work on this one, you would barely see any details in this one. I love the eyes. The eyes look menacing. We see some cool details in the overall sculpted figure. Then we get down to the lower body. He actually painted the nails and put some lines on the bottom of his foot there. I'm not sure if my camera can pick up on that or not, but awesome job. Can't really comment on how the paint application was on this one. We can see on the leg joints there the color that it was, and I gotta say, this color is definitely 10 times better. So let's get one more closer look before we move on. Fantastic. Awesome job, man. Alright, so let's cover articulation. For his head, it goes back this far, forward this far. You do get some side to side, you got a full rotation. There is also a joint in the neck, which goes back and forth, and a little bit side to side. His shoulders go up this far. Goes all the way around. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit restricted by his armor, but you still get a pretty decent range of motion here. There's a bicep swivel. You do have double jointed pin elbows, and we see that it's going to be slightly restricted by his wrist armor or his forearm armor, gauntlets, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it restricts articulation just a little bit. So for his wrists, you get a full rotation, and it does have these ratchet joints that we normally see in these Bandai and McFarlane figures. That goes back this far, down this far, and all the way around. You can actually see some black lines that Brandon painted on here as well. He really took his time and paid a lot of attention to detail. There is a ball joint in the upper body that goes back this far, forward this far. You do have some side to side, and you do get a full rotation as well. For his tail, which is awesome, man. We do have some range of motion in his tail. It goes back and forth and all the way around. It actually rotates down here as well. His legs go to a complete split. And like most of these Bandai figures, it actually drops down to get some added articulation. I wish Hasbro would start doing this in their Marvel Legends. They do it with their G.I. Joes, which is great. Without dropping it down, it goes out here. And then if you want to drop it down, you get a full split. Gotta be very careful, I don't want to rub off the paint. So for his leg, it goes forward this far, back this far. Like I said, it drops down, so you can get a little bit of added articulation out of that. There's a full rotation as well. And we have double jointed pin knees as well. There is no boot cut, but for his ankles, there's a ratchet joint in his ankles that goes back this far, forward this far, and you get your full rotations. Man, I love how this guy looks. Fantastic. The bad thing about reviewing someone else's figure, especially reviewing a custom, I'm always scared that I'm going to rub off some paint or I'm going to break the figure. But the articulation, the scary part is over. So everything else is nice and easy. So the rest of the review I can actually relax. Just to do a few quick comparisons, here he is next to G.I. Joe Classified Outback, which is a standard 6-inch figure. Now this guy sits a little around 6.5 inches. And we have the awesome NECA Predator. I just thought two of these guys would look pretty cool side by side. And last four comparisons is the SH Figure Arts Vegeta. And obviously the Bandai figure is quite a bit bigger. These SH Figure Arts are around 5 inches. So Cooler Final Form is roughly almost 8 inches. So I gotta say, once more, awesome job, Brandon. Can't stop looking at this guy, and I'm very impressed with what you did with it, man. Thanks again for lending me this figure so I can take a look at it. I've been curious for a while what these Dragon Ball figures were actually like. I think these are pretty cool. So that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review of this Bandai Dragon Ball Cooler Final Form custom action figure. So overall, before Brandon did any kind of custom work on this one, I would definitely give the figure a 8 out of 10. But Brandon, I'm going to give your custom a 9.5 out of 10. I think you did an awesome job, man. You added so much to the overall appearance of this figure. It's a very plain looking figure. You actually made the figure look a million times better. The overall articulation is somewhat limited in a few places. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball and a fan of Cooler, I highly recommend that you pick this one up. And I highly recommend that you take the chance and do some paneling just to bring out all the details in the overall sculpt of this body. It's an awesome sculpt. As always, let us know in the comments below what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of Brandon's customs. Do you guys think he did an awesome job? Do you think it looks better? If you had to rate this custom out of 10, what would you give it? As always, if you liked our review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. We hope you guys enjoyed our review, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe.